Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and discoveringbands.com. And for everyone watching, if you could share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Choke Chain. How you doing today?
Good. How are you, Michael?
I'm good. So you want to start off by telling us about how the project started?
So the project started in 2018. I had just gotten done playing in like a metal band for a while and like touring with them. But I kind of wanted to just like do a more industrial thing, I guess. And around that time was when I was first starting to get into like using synthesizers and like all that sort of thing. And so once I like realized that I could like feasibly like do it myself, I just did it myself. And I've been doing it since 2018. Yeah.
Cool. I see your EP came out this summer. How long were you working on that for?
So for a while, it was just kind of me like learning how to do it with all my equipment. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of a big process when you think of it, like not having any knowledge of like MIDI or synthesis or anything, you know? So I like took time to just like figure out how I would feasibly like do it. So the recording, I guess, or the process, it didn't take too long. After, you know, we've all been inside and since COVID and everything, I've just had a lot of time to just do it. So it was only like a few months, and then I recorded it in like a week, I think, and then I put it out, and it's been doing pretty well, so I'm pretty happy.
Awesome. Now, how did you learn everything? Did you self-teach yourself? Did you have help?
Oh yeah, I taught everything. I'm completely self-taught. Even with like production and mixing and stuff, this was the first time I'd ever seriously like mixed a recording ever in my life. And so it's just all like a process of just me wanting to do it, and that's just, you know, I just decided I'm going to do this, so I taught myself, I guess.
Are you working on any more music right now?
Yeah. I have 4 songs that I am thinking is going to be like another EP that I want to kind of try and have out like by the end of the year around. Because after this one released, I just kind of got like right into the next one. Just because like putting out the first thing like really just gave me the like confidence boost to just be like, okay, I'm really going to do this, you know? And yeah.
Now, is the stylus sound of the new material similar to the EP, or is it a little different?
It's similar in like execution of like what my style kind of is right now, to where it's like kind of a more minimal, just like really punchy in your face like EBM thing. But for the new stuff, like I'm trying to be a little more expansive with like my sound design and like expansive with like the arrangement, I guess. And I'm trying to do some different things with the vocals just now that I have more of a grasp of like what I'm doing in the production standpoint, I guess. So it sounds the same but different at the same time, I guess. I think it sounds better from a production standpoint, just like I said, because I've just been kept trucking and kept doing it, you know.
Cool. Are you familiar with the band the Gothicals? Because your vocals kind of have
yes. He's actually also a fellow Wisconsinite, and I've gotten that comparison a few times, and like I'm cool with that. Like Brian's awesome, so he was actually listening to him made me think about my vocals and not worry as much about like how they might sound to other people, you know, because like Brian just owns it completely, like the more higher pitch vocal style. I'm like, I don't even care. Like if that's how it sounds, that's how it's going to sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did an interview with him a year or two ago, and he's really talented.
He's a very nice guy too. So shout out to you, Brian.
Yeah, your vocals just reminded me of that style.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us a little about the scene where you're at, the Wisconsin industrial.
So I live in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and it's like in between Minneapolis and Chicago. So we like kind of have an industrial scene happening. In like the 90s, it was like way, way bigger than it is now. Um, it's predominantly like metal acts that'll play at like the local venue where like an industrial band would play where I live. Um, just because like the people my age, because I'm kind of younger considering, I guess. A lot of those people are just more into like the metal side of things. But now that there's been a few young people in my town that have like been like exploring industrial and like electronic genres and stuff, I feel like it's kind of coming back a little like locally. And we've always kind of had like bands that have come through, say they're on tour, go to Minneapolis and then come down because we're right on the highway. You just follow it straight to Chicago. So we have some like industrial and like goth and like that sort of adjacent sort of bands come through like every once in a while. More than I think there were for a long time, honestly, up until COVID, obviously. But it's pretty good. I don't know. I'm just hoping that the other young people that are into it might see me play or something, or realize that I exist around here and like want to like do it themselves, because like it's such a good feeling, wanting to do music and then just doing it and like succeeding at doing it.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean the scene's cool. Yeah, definitely.
Now, I know you said you started off with metal and got into industrial. Are you gonna think you'll do any more metal, or is it just industrial?
I'm a really, really big like punk music fan, like huge, and so I've been thinking about like maybe doing something like that. Um, I'm not sure about like being in like a metal band anymore, because that's something I feel like was more something I identified more with when I was like younger, like a teenager, sort of thing. So I don't know anything. I don't know about like metal, but I'd really like to do like a old school like 80s hardcore punk, like Dead Kennedys, like old school thing. You know what I mean?
Definitely. That'd be cool. And your name, how did you come up with Choke Chain for the name of the project?
That's kind of funny. So I have an identical twin, and he used to work at a hardware store. And one day it's a really dumb story. So one day I was there to like give him something or something, and I was going through the pet aisle, and there was like a choke chain like for a dog, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And that's like all it was. I was just like, I'm just gonna do that. That's cool. It's funny.
Hey, it sounds like a name for an industrial band.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too, for sure.
Definitely. Now, if people want to find you online, get your music, look you up on social media, how do they do that?
So it's facebook.com/chokechain, chokechain all one word, lowercase, and then chokechain.bandcamp.com, and then I'm also on like Twitter and Instagram. It's chokechain EBM for Twitter and Instagram, I believe.
Cool. Now, where would you like to see the project maybe in a few years from now?
I'm just really just trying to grow as an artist, as far as like my skills go in like the medium that I'm trying to do this music in, like MIDI and synthesis and everything. And I'm really hoping I can like really improve. I mean, not to say my production now is bad, because I feel like the rough production for like a EBM industrial thing that's trying to sound old school, I think the rough production is like fine. But like I just as a personal goal, I really want to like understand production a lot better. So hopefully in a few years that's where I'm at. And playing shows, playing out a little bit, and just promoting my music.
You think you'll have a LP come out eventually?
Eventually, yes. I think for me, at least right now, it's good for me to just like focus on like smaller batches of songs at a time, just because the whole like production aspects can still get a little overwhelming to me, I guess. So having the smaller batches, at least for right now, I think is better for me. But I definitely want to do a full length album after this next EP that's coming out. That's my goal, at least, is to have a full length after that.
And when do you think you'll have the next EP out? Do you have a
like December or January? That's what I'm really trying to do. Maybe earlier, depending on how quickly I get it done. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to that, and it was good talking with you, and everyone look him up.
Yep.